Hello,
Yeah,
everybody.
boy.
And it's another edition of the podcast with Hybrid and Skip.
Is that what we're actually calling it?
The podcast.
The podcast.
It's the only podcast. No others in the world.
All those other ones are obsolete.
So on this podcast, we basically just talk about news and random bullshit, and it usually degrades into literally random bullshit.
Yeah.
And so I have got quite a big thing to say, and it's quite interesting and quite funny at the same time. Dun. A game that reaches 70 million people a year, this game is called Minecraft, has recently been hit by a huge malware problem.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and it involves mainly the PC version, because obviously it's what you do. You download this like app called Skins, and it allows you to create your own skin. Now the only thing is, there's like hundreds of these apps, and one particular app that has been really popular and really useful for people has been infected with a bit of malware that's been infecting people's machines, their PCs, for years, and they're only just now starting to see the effects of it. It's literally deleting system data and system files. So it is like literally...
That's not just bad, that's really fucking bad.
Apparently you receive a message when it hits something really vital and says, "You've been nailed, bro. Your PC's a piece of shit." That is what happens. And it's like...
Yeah, I was going to say there's something similar I found out recently where people put in like a bug where people have to play PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds on PC even if they don't own it.
Oh, really?
It forces you to play.
It forces you to play. I'm not even joking.
This is like building a game and then getting halfway through the first level and saying you can't go any further. You must pay to play. So fudge off.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
You bought your £10,000 PC just to play this game.
See, my bits of news are fairly sort of straightforward. Obviously, number one, with God of War being like probably that it's just come out. Everybody's going on about it, and it is sort of a generation game. This thing will be like the top marked game apart from things like GTA 5.
And here I am playing Yakuza 6 instead.
Oh,
Well,
you
actually-
strange little fool.
Actually, Yakuza itself is actually rated the second best storytelling game of the year. So
Yeah, so it's,
I'm not surprised.
we are still only in the first quarter of the year, so
Yeah,
we don't know
but-
what's coming out. But I mean, Far Cry 5 is close quarters for storytelling at the moment. So it's,
Yeah, I mean,
this is
Yakuza
the game
6 did make it to number 3 in the charts behind God of War and Far Cry 5. So
That's
that's not
amazing.
too bad.
It's amazing.
For a niche game, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm glad Yakuza's finally getting some sort of recognition. It should have got it years ago.
Took 6 games.
Oh yeah, well we're old school. We liked it since the beginning.
Yeah, I played the first one and Zero, and obviously I bought a 360, so I couldn't play the rest of them. But
Yeah.
but that's unfortunate for me. But if the way the HD remakes are going at the moment, there's a potential chance I will get to play them.
I wouldn't be at all surprised if 3, 4, and 5 were on like one compilation next year maybe.
And
Cool.
also, I have another bit of news. There's a game that's been out on the PC for a long time. It's only actually it's been out for 2 years actually, but it's called Brawlout. And this game is coming to PS4 and Xbox One. It's essentially a brawling game like Super Smash, but it actually looks really good.
Oh, yeah, I think I've seen Video Game Donkey.
Yeah,
It came out for the Switch.
Yeah, well, it's coming out for PS4 as well. And they're basically the way they've added 2 characters from the PlayStation 4 into the game. You've got the Drifter from The Last Light or something, and you've got like Juan from Guacamelee. He's in it. But it looks fucking sweet, and it runs really well. So
He's the only one you need.
yeah, and they're saying basically this could be the one that actually contends with Super Smash. So
Interesting.
It's very interesting. Interesting times.
Well, other bits of news that have been happening over the course of the last week. You've got a ex-employee from Ubisoft saying that most like first-person and third-person shooter games will have a battle royale mode in them before the end of 2019,
which is really depressing.
so the one thing that everybody's been playing, like PUBG or Fortnite, will become common ground in every other game as well. Now,
So
the
depressing.
worst part about this bit of news is it did come in two parts. The first part is the bit I've just said. The second part is that Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is ditching its single-player campaign mode for a Battle Royale mode.
Yeah, because that's really going to work.
So they're basically getting rid of the storytelling part, which they almost nailed perfectly with World War II, and they're just saying, nah, we don't need that anymore. We need Battle Royale like every other developer. And it's just getting to a point where not a lot of people are going to want to play Battle Royale because there's going to be too many
there's
games to
saturation,
focus on.
yeah.
Originally, that's not how we do things with the big
Well,
publishers.
I mean, my issue is simply the basis of some games it's going to work for, and some games it's really not going to work for. Like Call of Duty, there's just no point in that.
Call of Duty feels like that anyway when you play a 12 on 12. But they're basically saying that if you can do a 12 on 12 battle mode, you should be able to do 100 players in one match, and you should be able to go out and do Battle Royale. But if you've got, let's say you've got Call of Duty, Battlefield, Fortnite, PUBG, and another 30
Battlefield's
or 40
working on one as well,
first-person
apparently.
Yep, they are, because every developer's working on one for next year.
So vile.
And you've got all of these games going, oh, we need to do Battle Royale mode, which will, as you've said, saturate the market, and they'll start losing people because people want to play that Battle Royale mode instead of that Battle Royale mode.
And the thing is,
There's
a lot of publishers, a lot of developers who work for these publishers have never made a Battle Royale type game before, so they probably won't have a clue how to do it properly.
So for the first couple, it'll just be like an open beta. Yeah, can you come and test out our beta for for a PUB style clone? No, because I'm already playing 10 of them.
Well, they're saying that the one for Battlefield's Battle Royale. That sounds so bad.
Battle Royale field.
Whatever they're calling it.
You know, Battlefront will do it as well, and you'll have Battlefront Battle Royale. And it's like, how many battles do I have to contend with?
What they're saying is that due to the basis that it may delay the actual release of Battlefield 2, they may release it later as extended DLC and do it for free. And I just sat there when I heard that they're going to do it for free. I thought, well, it's got to be free because most Battle Royale games are free. If you charged for a Battle Royale game, you would like just shoot yourself in the foot. You must not bother.
All they need to do is remaster Bad Company 2, don't fuck with it, and take my money.
Yeah. We're not asking much.
So if I was just asking for a remake, I just want Def Jam Fight for New York.
Oh,
I'm happy with that.
But that would be the golden, wouldn't it?
Def Jam Fight for New York. If anybody listens to this and you have any way of doing like games developing, Def Jam Fight for New York needs to be remade for either this generation or next generation, and you can have my money because I will gladly play it as long as I can kick the shit out of people online.
No, as long as you can kick your shit out of Sean
Danny
Paul.
Trejo and Sean Paul in front of a train.
We're all good then.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it. I mean, if Def Jam got brought out, it would basically melt the other sort of like fighting games a bit.
For me, it's like when they they're still remaking obviously, but like Final Fantasy VII, it is basically giving you a license to print money.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
That's why I was trying to figure out why they didn't do it before. But...
And to be honest, the wrestling games you have now, they're just really not just boring.
They're not fun.
They're not fun. Yeah, exactly.
I've got to be honest. I've actually watched a couple of gamers over the last couple of weeks playing the odd match on WWE, and it's more fun watching somebody play it if they do good commentary as well. So, one of the people I watched, he was a Twitch streamer. I can't remember his name. If I knew it, I would have said it.
Shit.
But he was playing this match with his custom character, and he basically muted the sound off of like the commentators. I'm not sure how he did it. He was just altering. He was just sitting there going,
the options and just.
And I'm going from the top rope. Oh my God! Look at the high flying. And he was doing commentary for every single thing. It was like watching a wrestling match just with poor graphics.
Just with poor graphics.
I've seen one with someone who takes wrestlers and sort of changes their gimmick a bit,
Yeah.
like a sort of comedic way. Yeah, not for a while though. But yeah, from what I see, it was pretty funny. But the game, like actually playing the game, isn't fun at all. Because I remember stuff like Here Comes the Pain, which was I'd play that for hours.
Had a storyline.
Yeah,
You know, story. It's fun.
and it had so much more to do. Even though, like, graphically, obviously, it's not going to be as impressive as today.
It doesn't have to be.
I'd sacrifice that if it was more fun.
It's like we discussed this ages ago. I think it was probably about 2 or 3 years ago. Me and Sancho were talking about certain games coming out and how they're going to be like graphically amazing. But then we were also saying like games don't have to be graphically amazing to be good. If the gameplay's good, then who gives a fuck? I mean, I'm playing Broforce for God's sake, and it's like graphically it's a pixel game.
If you take things like Super Meat Boy into contention, Super Meat Boy is a very low budget graphic game, but look how well it sold.
Uma.
I mean, I think of games like Deadly Premonition, that looks ugly as sin, and I mean, gameplay-wise, not quite that great either, but it's got a hell of a story. You just can't help but play it.
I tried to play Deadly Premonition, and I did get through it, but I tell you what, it was a bit of a slog. It was a brilliant game in all respective.
That music, though.
Oh,
that
yeah.
music, though.
Haunting, sometimes. But yeah, I agree. I think the idea of everyone making a battle royale game, and the idea of like the way the games are going at the moment. I mean, at least I'm to do a crappy microtransactions. Actually, that was just something else I heard a couple of days ago. Yeah, this is a big thing. Certain games have to now, especially when it comes to Dutch EU law, they're going to have to patch them because they are being fined. Right, and if they don't sort it, they could be looking at a hefty fine because it's illegal in their countries now. So
this might sound cliche, but if they don't change it, they better get on their bike.
Yeah, quite literally, it's gonna be bad. So that's a big thing. So things like Overwatch's loot box system. EA's loot box system, Activision's loot box system now have to be patched on the basis that it is illegal to actually have it. Yeah. So I think we are going to start seeing a decline in loot boxes. Thank God.
No, there's no way. What they'll do is that they'll keep the loot box system, right? But they'll give you an incentive within the game to go for it. So it'll be in-game currency that you can't buy on a market. And that's how they'll do if you take away the microtransaction side of things, and you can only open loot boxes with in-game currency. That's how they'll do it.
Yeah, but that's fine.
But they won't make it easy for you to get. Let's say the original value of a loot box was 1,000 gold, right? Now instead of playing the game for an hour and getting 1,000 gold and open up a loot box, you'll have to play the game for 4 hours to earn 1,000 gold to earn your loot box. So they'll want you to play the game more, and this is how they'll probably implement it. They'll try and get you to play the game for as long as humanly possible before you get your in-game reward, which is a loot box of various stuff. Terrible. And that's how they'll do it, because it's the incentive of playing. You play for longer, we give you a reward. But because they've taken away the money side of things, you would have to play the game for longer to get the exact same reward. And that's the downside.
The thing is, if they get rid of the whole microtransaction thing, they're just going to add something else instead. Because all these publishers, a lot of them don't care about the consumer; they just want your money.
Well, that's the problem. I mean,
this is what I like about Rockstar, and it goes back to the Grand Theft Auto side of things. I know they've still got their microtransactions, and I know they do it with shark cards, and they've made sort of like $1 billion in shark card transactions alone. But look at the content that Grand Theft Auto is still producing and just giving away for free. There's no season pass. So you have the choice to pay for it or not, and that's what Rockstar do well. You can either sit there and grind the game for months and months and months like loads of other people do, or you can take the shortcut and spend your own money. But they give you the choice to do it instead of being told to do it.
I would actually like to add a better example of a game adding free content, and I just want to say Monster Hunter World.
Well,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, but also, then I could also, I mean, I haven't got an Xbox One, I just hear about it all the time. Sea of Thieves, all their content is going to be free DLC as well. And I just don't understand why companies like the big ones have to charge for content that you don't need. I mean, obviously Rockstar have sat there and gone, look, we've made loads of money from shark cards. Everyone knows what they're getting, so it's not actually illegal. It's their choice to buy it, and we've made so much money. Here's a stunt course for you for free. It's like, we doesn't need it.
The thing is, Rockstar can do that because they're a well-established company, and when someone sees a game of theirs coming out, they're instantly going to buy it regardless. So they can do stuff like add-free content all the time.
But then why don't Ubisoft? Because everyone buys.
They're Ubisoft.
Yeah, that's my point. It's like Ubisoft are a massive company. Everyone knows the Assassin's Creed series, Far Cry series, all them kind of games. It's like you're aware.
I find it ironic that they keep charging for stuff, even though they sort of distribute the same game over and over again.
What you mean?
I love when you lay into it.
Everything I've been saying over the past sort of 6 years has come true. That it's reskinning.
Oh, it's an open world with loads of meaningless collectible missions to do, and there's some radio towers. Whoop-de-doo.
I'm still getting Far
Cry. Hey, look,
5.
I can play Terra for completely free and do that exact same thing.
Terra, amazing. I like Terra.
I like Terra. I just haven't had time to play it.
Yeah, it's just a case of at the moment playing God of War and stuff is it's hard to get around to doing.
I probably don't need to ask, but how is it so far?
I am fucking loving every second of that game. I truly believe that it could be the game of the year. There's just nothing stopping it. It's just the feeling you get from the first maybe 20 minutes of playing the game is like, fuck, this is going to be good. And it is. It is just so good. I would be happy to have paid a lot more than I paid for it. Let's put it that way. I just think Santa Monica need to make more games like this, and not over-saturated, but actually some stuff.
I watched the collector's edition unboxing on Boogie's channel, and yes, that's a shameless plug to Boogie 2988. Yeah. But he did the unboxing to it, and he was just like, I've bought this on digital download, but I've still bought the collector's edition because I'm showing the support. Here's the still book, and it looks really nice. And he's showing this. He goes, the statue. It almost just looked like the guy just had an orgasm on camera. The statue is so fucking beautiful.
It does look really nice.
And it was just like, I was sitting there going, that actually is worth all of my money.
Fear me.
But it's so good.
I'm kind of hoping that it doesn't go out of stock, and then I can sort of pick it up for on sale maybe.
The game is so good. I am just really enjoying it. Yeah.
I watched it for a little bit on your stream yesterday, and for what I saw of it, I mean, graphics are just phenomenal.
Oh, they're stunning. It's so stunning. But the storytelling. I've made a separate file now, so I've been playing it offline. Are both your brothers here? No, just the one, thank you very much. Hybrid still is my brother, and my spiritual brother, I suppose, is here as well.
Hello. What's up?
But no, the story itself is absolutely freaking mental, and I'm up to a point now. I'm talking. Oh, I don't want to spoil it too much, but I'm talking to a certain person, and he has a very good sense of humour. It's very interesting. There's lots of sarcasm.
There was one of the things that came in that collector's edition was a head on a keyring.
Yeah, I can't go into detail about the head.
I was really intrigued by it, and when Bree goes, I've just got to take this out for a second. He was like, how does it work? And pushed the button, he just started talking. I was like, I want that on my keychain. They're like hanging from my car. But no, it does look good. I mean, I can't fault God of War at all. And I've enjoyed the series over the years. I've enjoyed it, but it's nice to see the game. It's nice to see the game on PS4 with this huge upgrade. Basically.
What I can say is that I have noticed. Just the head. No, I have noticed though in God of War there is. It's only very minor minor issues, but there's certain lighting issues I have noticed. It's nothing.
That's just a telly.
If you weren't really paying attention to everything around you, you wouldn't even notice it. But it's like if you go into a room at a certain speed, there's like a box around the lighting frame, but it's so minimal, it's so silly.
Yeah.
And also, I've noticed at the beginning of the game makes the game feckin' hard. You feel like the game's really difficult. But once you literally got maybe like 4 levels, it's like it becomes easy. But it's not.
So
it's not that.
They've got it to a point where you have to work for a little bit, and then it all just becomes like normal.
Yeah, and it's not. It's not
honestly,
easy,
I felt the same with Yakuza when first playing Yakuza 6 as well. It was like really hard to start with.
Yeah, I felt the same. But the thing is with God of War also is that you're not overpowered, and the game is a challenge. So even though you're really buff and you can beat the fuck out of anything and rip whatever's head off you want to, there's still an element of challenge, and also certain weapons don't affect certain things, and you have to basically you have to use a bit of strategy, and it's fun. I really recommend it to anybody who's looking to play any kind of a game. It's got puzzles, it's got fighting, it's got a bloody good story. Graphics are amazing.
If I can afford it after I buy my funeral and wedding suit, I will quite happily.
Your funeral wedding suit is coming to my wedding.
They're all...
I've got to buy smart clothes again, so I can't find my shirt and things. So yeah.
Great one, you think?
Well, I was going to say, other than Dark Souls Remastered, I mean, there were a couple of other games I'm looking to get next month, but I might put those on hold and get God of War instead.
I'm still quite determined to buy and stream Detroit Become Human, because that game just looks like it's going to morally fuck me up.
Yeah.
Save the fish.
Don't let Wiggs play it. Don't let Wiggs play it.
Well, you know what Wiggs is going to do in the first scene? He'll be like, "Can I kill something?" And just
His method of problem solving will be simply,
whose life can I ruin?
He'll be, you can't shoot me. I've got a hostage. Well, I'll shoot a hostage as well. Then fuck it, and bang bang, job done. And that would be Wiggs.
2 dead people with 1 bullet. It's all good.
Problem solved.
You know it's going to have one of those endings, like one of the endings that you do in the first 5 minutes, where you do something wrong, and it goes, "Oh, you have finished the game. Here's one ending," and that's the one that Wiggs will go straight forward because it involved killing something.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, there was a huge update for Terraria. It comes up on the featured section at the moment on your PSN dashboard.
I've
it now includes expert mode, new biomes?
Biomes.
Biomes, 800 new items, 500 new crafting recipes, 100 new enemies, and 14 new bosses.
It's fucking hard. No joke. I got some of the best equipment you can get in that game. Most of it is now from the PC. All this new stuff, and it's really, really difficult. And I was sitting there going, I've got this sword that's 185 damage. I've got this armor that's the best in the game, and dead. It's just like, what the fuck happened?
I still never got round to playing Terraria.
I love Terraria. If I was to compare, like, obviously Minecraft and Terraria together, I'd play Terraria any day. It's got a minute storyline, but there's bosses to kill. There's an objective, and that's what I like. An objective.
Another thing is PlayStation are obviously, because the membership cost went up last year. Everyone was a little bit pissed about this. There are 2 ways around it. One, you wait for like the Easter sale or the Christmas sale, and you get your membership for $37.49, which is how I did it. So I got my 12 months for cheaper than what they're doing it for. Or you do one of the offers they're doing at the moment. They're doing 15 months for the price of 12 for £50. So that's one thing that they keep trying to push, because obviously people are still annoyed that they're doing 50 quid for your membership. So they keep pushing this offer where you get three extra months for free.
I'd rather go with like the first one you mentioned.
That's the cheap man's way out. That's my way out.
Yeah.
If they haven't got any money, they'll do.
If they incorporated something else into the subscription, like we said before, like PlayStation Now. I'd be totally fine with it.
Yeah, so
but because you're just basically being robbed for no reason, it's kind of annoying.
Well, the thing, I mean, the way that as I've said before in videos and on streams before, the way that I can justify spending £50 on my membership is the amount of free shit I get for my money.
Yeah. No, I can understand that, but
you know that's how in my head that's how I can justify it because
it's the only positive way of justifying it.
Yeah. Unless my membership went up to £600 a year,
yeah.
which no one would ever pay, but if it got that high, then there's no incentive for me to be a subscriber for PSN. I'll just go onto Xbox. But with it being pushed up to £50, yes, it pissed people off. Yes, it's a little bit extra, but think of it in the breakdown of over a month. That's £5 a month, roughly, like £4.50-ish, and you're still getting 650 quid worth of free games and free stuff a year.
Yeah,
Plus, you've got your free editing software that came on PS4, which is Share Factory, which is probably worth, if you had to buy a separate program, would be about 25, 30 quid. So there's a lot of stuff that we get for our subscription cost, and it only costs us anywhere between £37 and £50 a year.
That's mad.
Speaking of PlayStation Plus games, what do you think the next batch are going to be?
Oh my god!
I haven't paid attention at all.
Well, considering
the reason why is just because I just want it to happen and go, oh, I'm surprised.
Considering we had Trackmania and like Bloodborne,
Mad Max.
Oh, Mad Max! Sorry, Bloodborne was month before.
Bloodborne was last month, yeah. It was good.
Even though it was a good game, yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure how they're going to actually, what they're going to give us. Maybe one decent thing and a couple of duffy ones. I don't know.
Seeing as this month, as you said, Detroit Become Human comes out.
Yeah, so Heavy Rain.
I was thinking, either Heavy Rain or Beyond Two Souls. That's what I was thinking.
I'd probably be more inclined to say Beyond Two Souls because Heavy Rain comes with Detroit Become Human. I don't want to give that away for free if it comes as a bundle.
That's what I was thinking as well.
Mm.
So I could see Beyond Evil come out. Happily, actually, but we shall see. Because the thing is, we don't really know.
Legends, maybe. Yeah,
Rayman Legends would be fun.
It's pretty good.
We don't really know. I mean,
I saw an advert for Labo, right? I saw an advert for that Nintendo Labo cardboard shit they're doing.
Oh yeah.
I just sat there. I couldn't help but laugh. I was just sitting there going, "Oh my god, they actually made an advert for this shit."
Yes. For those who have a lot of money and loads of no sense.
I just couldn't believe it. I was like, "You are absolutely shitting me."
The thing I find funny about it is, like, years and years and years ago, we used to use cardboard boxes from cereal boxes to either draw on and things like that. Now they're being used for Nintendo products, and it's like,
and then you have to pay through the arse to get them.
Yeah. Just go out and buy a couple of cornflake boxes.
Fucking cardboard.
I saw this video. I think it's called like Before You Buy. I think it's like game ranks or something. And they did one for Nintendo Labo, and my response was going to be, "It's fucking cardboard."
Yeah, it's fucking cardboard. I'm saying, who would pay that amount of money for fucking cardboard? I could pop down the shop, go and get myself a load of cereal, and I've got some cardboard as well.
I mean, it's bad enough that Nintendo are charging like 60 quid for Pro controllers, but like 80 something quid for cardboard.
Cardboard.
Nintendo could just slap anything they want on it, and it will sell.
I was trying to explain to the missus the other day. I said, imagine you've got like 8 of the head CEOs of fucking Nintendo in one room and around a table, and saying, "What can we do next to, try and make some money?" And you got someone around the corner going, "Oh, I'll have I don't know, we'll make a really good console. That'll bring back some of our market." No, we can't do that. And then you got like the other guy says,
bring out some cardboard.
Maybe make out some new IPs that will actually be really good. Nah, we can't do that. It was still a Mario. We can't do that. How about cardboard? That sounds like a great idea.
Well,
cardboard.
I will say that on the face of it, the Switch is a good sort of hybrid console / handheld. The idea is pretty good.
Yeah, it's not a bad handheld tablet.
if you're looking for something that's sort of more modern, obviously you're going to look at the PS4, Xbox One.
Well, I just feel that Nintendo was such wasted potential. They could do so much better, and they're just like cardboard.
You know what would be really good? I mean, like, this is something else that this goes on the whole like cardboard thing from Nintendo. But what they could do is, like, as you're playing a game, you've got a 3D printer hooked up, and as you're playing the game, it maps something out on a 3D printer. There we go. Now we're getting into.
Yeah, but then you got to buy a
aspects of the
3D printer.
No, you can get a shitty basic one for like 30 quid. You can actually sell it off with a console. I mean, how cool would that be? You get a 3D printer and a console, and as you're playing the game, it maps out something as you're playing the game.
Well, considering the shitty plastic holder they gave you for your Switch, I wouldn't be surprised if they tried something like that. So, yeah, because that thing apparently scratches the shit out of your tablet.
Yeah.
So,
For me personally, it's not just the price point, but also like the stuff you have to get alongside it as well.
yeah,
That you don't get with buying the console itself. You have to buy other separate accessories and stuff, and it just all adds up.
I agree.
Yeah, it does.
It's just too much. Just too much crap.
Deal of the week.
It's either because I'm getting old or I'm just sort of hip or whatever, but playing with cardboard is just like... It's just something I did when I was 10. You know?
If you're playing with your kids and stuff, you can build a castle out of cardboard. But why the
Yeah,
fuck
well,
do
I
you build a
did.
fishing rod?
Done that.
Why
was
do you want
just
to build
gonna
a
say-
fishing rod or a thingy controller holder that's just going to like hinder you even more?
Well, no, could you imagine the look on your face when you've bought this cardboard, right, that's designed for a specific thing, and then your
And it rains.
kid come along and tears it?
That's the worst part. Hey,
You just go mental.
You just spent 80 quid on something your kid is going to eat. Well done.
He's going to suck on and dampen it up and increase it, and oh my god, it's just like, I don't get it.
It is a ridiculous idea, but Francis was really happy about it when he.
I
video
just
was
wanted
amazing.
to add that I think that Detroit Become Human has a demo out now.
Oh, I couldn't
Excuse
say-
me, what? Have you play?
I'm looking.
I did
for
look
this now.
last night, and I couldn't actually find it. So
Games demo. I think the last demo that I saw was Terror. Oh no! Detroit Become Human has a demo.
Yes, well, I'm on.
Right, I'm
profile.
downloading that now. Try free demo, thank you. Nice one, Sanj. So that goes down to anybody who watches this. PSN users, unite. Detroit Become Human has a demo. Please look at it before you play this game. Does
You're
look
welcome.
absolutely amazing. No, thank you very much, Sanj. That's
Don't look at the demo. Just
thing
buy the
is-
fucking game.
That, well, play, yeah, but it doesn't come out yet. But it wasn't on the market this morning when I looked, so it must have just been added like after I
Will
looked.
Smith's the best character in this game. Sorry, that's totally random, but like,
Will Smith is the best character in life.
it's got like Men in Black. Will Smith.
He has to put up with his talentless son.
My name's Dean Smith.
I can't act, and I'm living up my
Cypher
parents'
Rage.
Sorry for rain. Don't. Do you know? I actually quite like that film, but at the same time, the names just
Oh
make
God,
it.
you like that?
Yeah, I liked After Earth. It wasn't a bad
Oh.
idea. I did feel that the names were a bit like, yeah, okay, you're taking the piss, right? But, like, yeah, I quite liked
what was
After
this
Earth.
game?
Apart from, if it could have been anyone else apart from Jaden Smith, I think I'd have been fine with it.
I could have been the honky tonk man and we'd have been right.
Yeah, I know, that'd have been fine. That would have added humour.
Okay, so new games that have been added into the market are obviously God of War. We've got the Swords of Ditto, which doesn't look appealing to me.
It looks
it's
alright.
alright.
It's Devolver Digital, which basically also made Broforce.
It looks very
Yeah.
Adventure Time as well.
Yeah, it looks okay.
Epic Dumpster Bear, Dumpster Fire Redux.
That looks
Oh my
shit.
God.
You should have a look at it. It looks terrible. I'm glad you're going to waste your life looking at it.
£4.99.
No, it's not worth that either.
Oh, is it that bad?
Well, for one, the trailer, you don't even go in a dumpster. I was really disappointed. I was like, well, shit, Epic Dumpster Bear should go in a dumpster, right? But no, apparently not. He just collects coins and avoid electricity bolts. I was like, what?
I'm genuine. I'm watching the trailer to it now, and this does not sell me.
I wonder
I've
why.
never seen a, I've never seen a bear scale buildings like this before, or run like this before.
Yeah, oh, it's brilliant. This
It's
was
so
glad
bad.
to be a human
Don't
days.
buy it. It's got no ratings. Literally, nobody has downloaded it
I
today.
wonder why. Epic dumpster bear.
Do you know, I actually forgot how fun Broforce looks.
Broforce is brilliant. I love Broforce. I absolutely love
Streets
it.
of Red, Devil's Dare Deluxe.
Oh,
Broforce, kicking ass for justice.
I
and
just love-
for
I just love the
liberty.
music whenever you beat a level. It's just like.
This level's hard though because I got to push him basically to the edge of a cliff, and he doesn't like going that way. It's really annoying. And now I'm Indiana Jones, probably the most useless one.
Oh god, what is this?
Are you looking at Epic Dumpster Bear?
This is
No,
weird.
I'm playing EQ 6 and doing like the whole internet chat thing. I didn't
Oh,
realise it was like this.
Live Chatterloo, which is basically, if you're wondering, it's basically porn, right? It's essentially you're chatting up some
Yeah,
Japanese
this
bird,
This is kind of awkward.
and they're actually using proper live people as well for the chat.
I know that's so weird because it's like you've got the in-game Kazuma and then you've got this sort of real life person.
It made me laugh because it was like because it was obviously Kazuma, and you got to do these combinations to actually get the chat going.
Yeah.
It's just so odd. It's like yeah, can't go into details though. She gets a bit hot under the collar.
And my sense of the combination too.
Uma.
That's sexy.
That's unbelievably mental.
What, the
I've
bear?
just watched the trailer for. I've just watched the trailer for Streets of Red, Devil's Dare Deluxe. Right, there are so many crossovers in that game when it comes to things like Streets of Rage. and
Slow-mo!
Literally, have a look at it. At the moment, it's £5.19, but it's like it's 8-bit style graphics, but it looks fantastic. Wow, that was pretty special actually.
Special.
Well, it's still in my head. The music to it sounds straight out of something of Streets of Rage.
What, Epic
Absolutely,
Dumpster Bear?
No, I wasn't watching that. I was watching Streets of Red.
Epic Dumpster Bear.
Epic Dumpster Bear that's false advertising.
Yeah, because there's no dumpsters.
There's no dumpster.
There's no dumpster.
That's
And he's
a little bit
doing like
annoying,
N plus ninja jumping off walls and shit, avoiding
Yeah.
electrical currents. I
I've
don't
I've
get
never seen a
it.
bear do that before.
I don't know why.
I do love like the
Oh, shit.
generic names of the people in the chat room. Someone called Divorce 7 times.
I love the chat room names now. I like the Sexbot guy. He's actually called, I think it's called Sexbot, and it's like, you're really grinding my gears. And it's like, oh my god, so lame.
Okay, Peter Griffin.
Yeah, that really grinds my gears.
I've got to click on the podcast just to get
Oh,
some
for
comments from
fuck's sake!
it. There you go.
If only life
MacGyver's
was this easy.
MacGyver's so crap. No, I'm
Also,
Arnie.
there's one
No.
thing: whoever is in the chat or listening, watching, or anything else, please hit the like button, the little thumbs up icon for this, because then this video gets more views.
No, I don't get my Phantom disliker.
I actually saw one on one of my friends' lists a while back. It was like, like 300 likes. And that was really cool. And there was one person that disliked it. I was like, how can you dislike this video?
Because there's just
Seriously.
one person that did it on purpose. So it just comes.
it's-
Hey, when you joined the chat yesterday, there was like 4 or 5 people suddenly joined, and then it was just
Yeah.
you, me, and I think someone else was watching. It was all quiet anyway. And
Yeah.
as soon as those other people had joined, I got a dislike, and then it went down again. I was like, "Oh, so I see you came in just to dislike my video. Thank you very much." So, makes me feel so much better. I even dedicated it to the person at the end of the stream. I said, "Thank you for disliking my video. I'm glad you wasted your time to come in here."
And, that's another thing that gets me is you get people that come into your video, watch it for a bit, and dislike it. It's like, so why did you waste your
Why
time,
were
your
you
life,
here?
and your effort even bothering to do that?
Cheers for
And
giving
it's
another
what I
view.
find
Thanks.
funny about trolls as well. 'Cause trolls come onto your stream or onto your videos, right? And they're sitting there going, "Oh, you're so shit at this game." Blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, well, you're giving me watch time. Thank you
It's-
very much. You know?
It's like you must live a very fulfilling life just to sort of come here and just like not like what I'm doing, you know?
Yeah.
So
Well, I don't mind. I don't mind if
lives.
people dislike it and have a good reason for disliking it. But like, if they don't, I'm like, well, then why did you bother? It's,
Go with someone else.
yeah.
if,
So,
if you're that offended by it.
well, I remember I can't remember I was streaming something. I think I was streaming Shadows of War, like the only time I actually streamed it actually, and
Yeah.
and Dark Assassin was there watching, ironically. And someone actually said, "You're shit, mate." And I said, "Well, there must be a couple of hundred other people streaming this. If you want to go watch them." I was I'm not the only one playing the fucking thing. Don't like it.
It's yeah. I mean, it's the same thing I get on like if when I'm playing Battlefield or games when I'm just like chilling out with subscribers and bits and pieces, and you get that one person who just comes in and goes, "Oh, you're crap at this game." It's like, yeah, but I'm not even trying. I'm genuinely here just to talk to my subscribers. I don't care about playing the game.
I'm a bit
And I have to
past
say this
competition in my elderly age.
Exactly. I mean, it's a good. I like
fucking
being
hell.
competitive, but sort of half past 10, going into 11 o'clock at night. I don't want to be competitive. I just want to chill out and have a chat. You know, it's just you bugger off and Sanj buggers off, and I've got no one else to talk to, so I might as well just talk to the internet. Someone might come and have me.
And this is a bit way off, but for anyone who is watching and does watch the stream regularly, as of January, I will be able to stream for maybe 4 hours a day as opposed to only 2. And that will maybe be 4 times a week as well. So it will become a regular thing as my daughter starts primary school. So I'm finally get some sort of normality back in life.
One step closer to moving out.
Yeah, well, that's it. I love my kids, but it's about time she went to school properly. I mean, she's 3, but, you know, it's about time.
Yeah.
And January's a way off. But I'm looking forward to January, regardless.
That's what I said, because obviously I'm a full-time carer, so when Logan goes off to school at some point, you know, then it's going to be like, oh, come on, get a little bit of free
he's 2
time.
now, isn't he?
Stream. 2 in a couple of months, yeah.
He'll be starting, preschool soon.
Preschool, yeah. September, going by the looks of it.
Yeah, mental, isn't it? And you have to take him in, like half days and shit like that, like I've had to for the last...
Yeah, I can do that. The
years.
primary school's literally like 5 minutes away, so I'm good for that.
Oh,
Preschool.
fucking hell! Got to rely on the Terra Planet girl.
I should really do a playthrough of that as well. I've got so many games I can actually let's play.
What, Broforce?
No, I could let's play Ratchet and Clank because that was the freebie a couple of weeks
Ratchet
ago.
and Stank, as I've
Yeah,
called
I can
it.
run through that.
I love that series.
I like the original series, and I don't mind the new game, but yeah, it's alright.
Well, it's better than the original because it's up to date HD for decent graphics.
I definitely prefer the remake to the first game, mainly because they had a strafing, which they didn't have in the
Oh
first
yeah,
game.
yeah, big thing.
And
I
that
made a
made
point of that in my review
combat
of it,
really
actually.
hard. It made it really hard, especially like the last boss was just like pain in the ass.
But remember,
Yeah.
Sanj, games were meant to be challenging back in those days.
I mean, there's challenging and then it's just annoying, and that
It's taking the piss. You're taking the piss. Or like
Actually,
Duke
no, I can't
Nukem.
do this. I
If they
know what I'm
remade
doing
Duke Nukem Time to Kill, they would have to give him the ability to strafe as well. Because if you remember, he had to like,
Yeah.
stand still the whole time you're shooting, and that was annoying too. But by the looks of it, they're never going to make a Duke Nukem game ever again. So. After
I
the stunning
can't
success,
see it.
after the stunning success of Duke Nukem Forever, that sounds like a baby.
Hello, Logan.
And he's like, not talking to you.
No, he's just wondering what's going on on the telly.
What do you want?
Yeah, what do you
Logan,
want? I'm a
who's this?
baby. You put the headset on him and he's just like, I don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't want to go, Daddy.
I don't think he's got any news to report.
No, he doesn't want to.
No good in this stream.
This is the news from Logan.
I'm a baby.
Actually, what I'm going to do tonight is, if anybody's interested, even like you guys, I'm going to stream the demo to Detroit Become Human.
Okay.
Yeah, what's that?
And that'll be a laugh. And then, obviously, because it's a demo, I can only do my first impressions. I can't actually review it, so I'm going to have to wait until next month for that.
You could do first impressions video, and then you could do a actual review of the game when it comes up.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I just said. Well done.
Okay.
Nice one for repeating.
I'm just publicising.
Just in case people didn't catch that the first time.
I'm publicising. Come on.
Sam, it's your turn. If you just repeat what I just said.
Oh shit, Ash, no!
DT.
Bro, force kicking ass for justice and for liberty.
You just died.
No, I just jumped off and committed
I regret
suicide.
nothing.
Ash from the Evil Dead died. That'll be a sad day when that happens.
Yeah, I don't know. They might be saying I do tomorrow.
Go on, Sans, do something.
Possibly.
Do something.
Yeah. I might
What are you
play
gonna
some more Yakuza. I might give the Detroit demo a try myself.
I think it's if for anybody that's like, oh, I don't know if I really want to play it. Well, there's a demo. You know, give it a go. I've been looking forward to this game because ever since it got announced, I was like, actually, this looks like something I could really get my teeth into.
The thing is, it's unusual for you to play a game like that as well. So
No, it's not. I just never played Heavy Rain before.
no, but like decision-based games, you don't normally
Oh
play
my
things
god!
like.
How could you not play that?
If I was saying like,
That's
you,
what most people are saying right now.
The reason why I never played it is because Kerry played it, and literally in front of me on the TV next to me, I was like, right, okay, so I've basically finished the game without even touching the controller. So
Is this your same stance as the Fallout 3 situation?
oh,
exactly, yeah.
it wasn't a situation.
Because Alex finished the game four
No.
times he basically just reloaded the
No,
game
you
and
see,
the ending came up
the
four
problem
times.
is this is very misconstrued. He reckons because I finished Fallout 3 in front of him 4 times in every way you possibly can, it ruined the
There's no point
ending
in me
for him.
running.
But however,
Yeah.
this was before they released the Broken Steel DLC, which actually elaborates on the ending,
that's
giving
true.
you the actual proper ending. And so he was like, I'm not playing now, I can't be bothered because you ruined the ending for me.
Plus, in the base version of Fallout 3, the ending was the worst possible part. Everything else was.
It was pretty
way
shit.
better and actually worth playing.
It was basically Mass Effect. Every other way was just the same way.
Well, like Mass Effect 3, only the difference is you actually got a boss, but it wasn't that difficult. You just shot him in the head once, and that was it.
Like Fable. Although you didn't actually have to
You didn't
fight
even
the
have
boss.
to shoot him.
You could just let him die. Stephen Fry shoots
think
him
I
anyway.
did.
So
I think I sat there and just went, I wonder. I think I sat there and just said to Alex, I wonder what happens if I just sit here and watch.
don't
And
shoot
literally, you
him.
just sit there and just go, right, okay, nothing's happening. Oh, he's dead. Oh, shit.
Yeah, Reaver
I didn't know
shoots him.
I could
Like,
do this.
I thought you'd never shut up.
Hiya! Hiya!
I'm Uma Thurman.
Dogging! You're not Uma Thurman, you're a block.
I'm Uma Thurman.
Armageddon.
Uma Thurman's put on a bit of weight. And looks like a man.
It's Uma Thurman, damn it.
Well, it looks like a mix between He-Man and Uma Thurman.
God, I love Devolve Digital. Oh shit,
Uma.
Uma, no! Now I'm Chunky Ripley.
You mean
Why
Uma
is
Thurman?
she really angry all the time? She's like,
Because Ripley, she's always angry.
Yeah, but it just
Actually-
looks like
I
Uma
don't
Thurman
Ripley, I
with
mean
just
Uma
different
Thurman.
clothing.
Oh, and now I'm Highlander. Here's a bit of fan knowledge for everyone. In the scene in Alien 1 where they're all sitting around a table and a couple of them already died or whatever, and they're all deciding what to do. Apparently, I can't remember his name, but the black guy, they were basically told him to piss Sigourney Weaver off. So when she reacts the way she does, it's a genuine reaction. She just gets angry because they told her to wind her up.
Do you want to know the other thing about Aliens that I thought was really good?
Go on.
Is that nobody knew what was going to happen to the bloke who had the alien burst out of his chest.
that's actually what I was
Literally,
just about to say myself.
the only person who knew it was going to happen was the guy it happened to.
John
Their
Hurt,
reaction, he did because he had the thing on him.
their reaction was like, "Oh shit!"
Their reaction was.
If he wasn't going to know, then he was in full shock.
But all their reactions were like, "Holy crap! What the hell's sort of happening?" It was just genuinely that fear, and it's been used in a couple of films as well. The one with the ship and Tom Hanks, where he was like being taken over by Somali pirates.
I guess if go on, go ahead.
They actually didn't have the cast meet each other until that one point, so they didn't know who was playing the Somali pirates. They just knew something was going to happen, and because of that, the actual sort of like reactions that you see on their faces are genuinely real because they didn't know who was going to be playing them. I like it when films do that because you sit there going, "That's genuine fear."
Well,
I guess if you're going to get like the best reaction, then it's best to sort of not tell someone what's going to happen.
the most famous one I could think of is Die Hard 1.
Yeah.
You know when Alan Rickman falls out of the window in Nakatomi Plaza?
Yeah.
No one told him that was going to happen. And so that face he's got on him is like, "You bastards, Bruce, you let me go." And then she dropped him like 20 foot. He apparently tried to sue the director because of it.
Well, this is quite a long drop right here.
Oh dear, we are in trouble.
You'd have to save me, Mr. Potter.
I just felt really sorry for him. When I found that, I was like, shit, that would be really like a bad day at work, wouldn't it? You just found out.
We're just doing this scene where you've got to hang out of a window and we say the lines of it. Oh, okay, I can do that. So what's the makeup like? Oh, you're just going to be normal. There's going to be like a crash mat below you. That's fine. It's just in case, Alan. You know, we haven't put any safety ropes on you. It's fine. Oh no, shit, you've dropped it.
No, because in the script, John McClane pulls him up.
Oh, right.
So Alan Rickman was under the impression that he was going to be pulled up. It didn't happen.
And Bruce Willis was told to just let
him go. Yeah. You can imagine how fucking how stunned would he have been? Like, bastard.
You can imagine him landing in the crash mat going, "What the fuck
were you doing?" Oh. Just can't. You just can't.
That was an ordeal.
Wasn't worth the money.
I think I'm done.
Hang on, I can't be done yet. I've got to fucking shoot this big helicopter.
Dun dun dun.
Fucking hell! Chuck Norris to the rescue! Oh no, Chuck, you dick!
Don't
Chuck!
get to the chopper.
Chuck died. Chuck's shit. He's so shit. Oh, I'm Nero.
That was your fault.
Oh.
Now it's gone from being a podcast to watching Alex be shit at games again.
Oh, fuck, here we go again.
Oh, helicopter. It's gonna get you. It's gonna get you.
Neo, you fucking prick!
Everyone's just here like going, suck.
Shut up! Oh, fucking hell. I hate this helicopter. He's dead.
What, the helicopter or Danny Trejo?
Danny Trejo died. Leon can do it.
He'll reincarnate himself as one of the bartenders in from Dusseldorf.
Again.
Now you look like a podgy version of Adam Sandler.
No, this is Leon. Oh, Leon! Oh!
You blew it!
You blew it! Arnie can do it. If anyone can do it, Arnie can.
That's Leon.
Yeah, I know.
It looks like Robert De Niro in some like really dodgy sunglasses.
I'm sure he'd be really happy to hear about that. Oh, fucking, you know what? I'm just not going to do it.
I'm not going to play anymore.
There you go. And that's our podcast for the day. If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe to the channel. There will be more bullshittery. And that's thank you from Fud to Fud. Thank you from...
Skip to the end.
And...
Thank you.
Hybrid Steel.
And respectively, check out their channels because they're pretty awesome too.
Hey, we got a shout out. Woo!
Even though I've got probably the least subscribers out of all three of us. Yeah! So let's do that. Thank you very much for watching.
What you do is you don't go to bed at 9:30 and we'll go from there. Peace out.
Awkward silence!